Good morning. Today I'm gonna blanch and store some beans for a winter use. How do I cut the stem of my green beans? I put as much as I can in the palm of my hands, gather them up, lining them up, and as you can see, I'm trying to put them together line by line. Then flip it over to I flip it over to my chopping board. I get me a sharp knife, then cut that stem, then flip it over to the other side, cut it, and cut some more. Then the stem, I gonna separate it on my right side. I'm gonna throw that away, and then I cut 1 inch, or you can cut it 2 inches or 3 inches, whatever you desire size you cut. And there is another way you can cut the stem, as I'm just showing you how the easiest way, because if you cut it one by one, it takes you a long time to do it. And if you know, I have a lot of beans, so I'm just gonna cut that stem off, throw that away, and then 2 each or 3 each, you can just separate it, cut it. Try to use your chopping board so you don't have to cut your hands. And I think this is the safest way to cut it. And then that one, I just gonna leave it like long. I'm not gonna cut it. I get me a pot, put some water in there. I think it's like almost half full. Then put it on my stove, on the top of my stove, and let it heat it until it boils. Let it sit it till it boils. Cover it up. Okay, I'm done cutting the beans. So here is the next step that I can do is wash them. So I have to have a little bucket that I can put a water in there and just try to rinse them. I always wash my vegetable because you never know what's in there. Yes. And then I have a strainer. I put them in a strainer and it's strain all the excess water. So, and then let that strainer set on that bucket so it won't drip all the water. Alright, my pot of water is boiling now. So I just gonna drop the beans in there. Make sure your water is hot, because if you put the beans with a cold water, it's not gonna work. It makes it hard. Let it boil for about 3 minutes so that the green beans is still green and crispy. And then I got me a colander and drop it in there. Then I'm just gonna rinse this with cold water. It's just a tap water, and just rinse it, let that hotness go. Alright, the next one is get me some ice in my ice box. That ice gonna go in that bucket just to cool my beans down. Ice and water, and then I dump my beans, the one that I just boiled, and then just kind of like mix it around with the ice so it will cool it down a lot so that the enzyme will not break down pretty quick. So I just rinse it, do it with my hands, stirring it around, round and round. Then I get the colander again and rinse it. Now it's time to freeze. I got me a Ziploc bag and put a date in there, and then I just gonna put the beans that have been boiled, blanched, and rinsed. So I just gonna fill the Ziploc bag. This is a quarter Ziploc bag. It's a freezer bag. And then just fill it in. Fill it. And then while I'm trying to seal it is make sure that you press it down so that the air will go away, and that will help the beans not ruin when you freeze them. So that's the way I do with these beans. And I have the second batch that I need to freeze. This one, I don't need to blanch them. What I need to do is rinse them really good, wash them, make sure it's nothing in. Clean them really good, and then I'm just gonna put it in this bucket to make it clean and all the water gonna drip. Then I have my chopping board, and as usual I just gonna gather them in the palm of my hands as much as I can, put it in my hands. So this will be the easiest way, as I said. And then that one I just gonna cut it like thin cut. So this is the thin cut that I'm doing, because this one I don't have to boil them and blanch them. Cutting small pieces. After I cut them,
plastic
this
bag.
gonna go straight
Put
to
in
the
a Ziploc
freezer bag.
and
We
freeze
call
them.
it Ziploc, but I
This
call
can
it
use for
freezer
anything
bag.
you want.
And then just fill that in. Try to seal it.
Before you seal this,
And
thanks,
seal it really
make
quick.
sure you press
it
all
down
the air in there,
to
because
make
the
the air go away.
The air will ruin it.
And
so if you press it and press it like
it
this,
is.
then you go.
There it is.
I have
just have
two,
put like 4
three.
bags of like
I have 4 bags. That's gonna go. Okay, I have a lot on my freezer, so that's gonna go here.